lifestyle won't stop hustling.
Grinders and grinders, greetings and salutations. Listen, I go by the name of the Black Abstract. If you're new to the channel, do me a favor. You know what I'm going to say. You already know what I'm going to say. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, all that good stuff. So we got to talk about Will Smith. Newly, I don't want to say new evidence because he not under investigation or nothing, but new revelations have come forward in regards to Will Smith pertaining to the incident that happened at the Oscars. And listen, I'm like y'all. I'm like everybody else. Like, dude, this was Sunday. It's Friday. People are milking this for what it is. I understand it's clickbait, it's headlines. I did an initial video. I did a reaction on it. But I never really went into detail to what I thought about just both sides of it. So this is what I'm going to say. I'm going to get into what the actual video is about, which is the new details, and then I'll get my thoughts on the whole situation as a whole. So it's a new video that got surfacing of Jada actually supposedly somebody is recording from their phone, and they actually show Jada. You can see the back of her head laughing after Will smacked Chris. And then she laughed when Chris said, Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me. She laughed about that. She stopped laughing when she seen Will Smith was visibly screaming. So to me, it seems like Jada obviously she didn't know. I don't think she knew Will Smith was going up there to do that. But I think when she did see it, I think she might have thought it was a joke herself. That's why she was laughing. And then she saw Will screaming. She probably was just like, what the fuck? Like, what's going on? Like, so listen, people giving a lot of flack to Jada. A lot of people are defending her. I'll get into that later, my thoughts on that. Now, the new details and revelations have come out that Chris Rock supposedly was the one who stopped Will Smith from getting escorted out, which is a true testament to, once again, his professionalism, his spirit just as a person, and just as I guess a testament to who he is really. He's the definition of, turn the other cheek. And I guess the Academy, which I don't believe, I really don't believe this. The Academy were saying that Will Smith refused to leave. There's no way somebody could refuse to leave if they have escorts. But if Chris Rock stopped it or said he didn't want to, I still don't even believe that. Like, he could say that, but it's ultimately the Academy's choice to get him escorted out. So I call BS on that. I don't think anything. Listen, it's a business. It's all about ratings. That's what these award shows are. Because this is any other stage, platform, et cetera, et cetera. I know. Listen, I got a best friend that works in the film industry. He's a grip. He works the cameras. He does all this. He knows, and everybody should know, live TV is a delay. I believe it's like a 5 or 10 second delay. So when that slap happened, they should have cut. They should have cut the program and went to commercial. Bottom line, if that's what but the fact that they let it linger on, and not only linger on, they let him go ahead and say what he wanted to say in the audience. They knew what they was doing. They were like, oh yeah. Somebody in the headphones was like, and that's another thing. They talk to each other in these earpieces they got. They knew from the get-go. They were like, oh, yeah, keep it. Oh, no. Keep the cameras rolling. Don't say nothing. So I believe the Academy did have a hand of it. Now they're getting kind of getting ousted by, the host, Wanda Sykes, Amy Schumer, about the fact that, they felt disgusted. That's what Wanda Sykes said. Jim Carrey, they had to chime in, and, the fact that nobody did that, but I think a lot of people thought it was part of the act. Even from looking at the TV, when I first initially saw that, I said, oh, they're joking. That's a bit. I'm like, it's a weird bit, but it got to be a bit. And then when I saw him yelling, I'm like, okay, I saw the video of him actually, you could hear the audio of him yelling. I said, oh, no, he's really upset. So that everybody was shocked, I think, at one time. Some people probably didn't believe it. Some people probably wasn't paying attention. It's a bunch of different things that factor into that. But I just call BS on the Academy trying to get Will Smith escorted out there. Listen, they knew he was getting an award. They knew he was going to win the award. They needed him to be there for their ratings. This is first Oscar. They need that moment. And especially, they want to see what he's going to say after this incident once they found out it was real. It's all in cahoots. It worked out for... You got to understand, this works out for everybody involved. As bad as it is, Chris Rock's ticket sales have went up. He has, I'm pretty sure, at least a half an hour worth of material for his next stand-up, because he's not going to mention it, and he already got his material for this tour he's on. And then Will Smith's name is in the publicity. But, listen, people are forgiving. Will Smith has done way more good in his career than he's done bad thing. And one incident doesn't define one person. As bad as it is. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I want to say on that. And as far as my thoughts on the whole incident, like I did initial reaction, I was joking, and I said Chris is a bitch ass nigga and blah blah blah. Yes, listen, listen, it's two standpoints you look at. You look for the black you look at it from a black standpoint, and then you look at it from a nigga standpoint. From a nigga standpoint, street BB from the street, he bitch ass nigga. He should have did something. Defend yourself. You are with your wife and somebody came up and smacked you. What the fuck you gonna do? Or somebody smack your wife, you just gonna stand there? Motherfucker, you better do something. I told y'all in my reaction. My friends, somebody better run on stage and help me. My friends, produce somebody. So when he was walking up, security should have been ready to intervene, which is another case. Where's the security at the Oscars? Is it that easy to just walk in the Oscars and do harm to somebody? You got to think about attacks and stuff like that. Now it's an open floodgate for that. I found myself being in a different range of emotions from this. Now, I'm going to give y'all story time before I get into my thoughts. There's an incident with my fiance, who's my fiance now. She was my girl at the time. But we were dating probably 4 years already. So we went to like a cookout her family was having. She don't really have the best relationship with her parents. And I don't really have the best relationship with my mom. Me and my dad didn't initially, but we gotten better over the years. We're not like best friends, but we a lot better. Me and his relationship is better than me and my mom's. So they went over there. They had a cookout. I had another cookout I had to go to, which is at my aunt's. And she was going to stay there, and she had my kids. An incident happened at the house. Her granddad fell down the stairs, and he was like, he's old. So she called the ambulance. And her father got upset about it because of whatever reason. He got mad that she called the ambulance because he said he can't afford ambulance bill or some shit. I don't know. But by the time I left, I guess more family members came there. So he got mad, said some mean things to my girl, and then told her to go stand in front of the house with my kids and wait for me to get her, like come get her. And she was calling me during this, and I said, yo, you better not take your ass in front of the house. Sure enough, I pull up, she's in front of the house. So I'm like, all right, get the kids in the car, put them in the car seat. I went back there. He was on the grill. So when I walked back there, turned around, looked, he knew exactly what time it was. I punched the shit out that motherfucker. I decked him right in his fucking face. And then I hightailed out of there. Did a light jog out of there. It was like a punch by. Yeah, because you're not gonna do it. And she running back. She saw like I was getting in the car, act like I was getting in the car, and then I went back. She's like, no. So she's trying to stop me. And so she saw it. She was like, bow. And she was like, yo, you know what, man, I ain't even mad. That's what he deserved. So I understand it. It's been a couple of situations, people think that they could talk to anybody. Like, listen, you cannot allow people to think they can talk to you any type of way in this world. So I understand it. And I understand people are human. People are human beings. I see a lot of people from the Manosphere, even Cammy Samuels, somebody who I like and respect. I disagree. I have videos where I disagree with Kevin Samuels' standpoints. Shannon Sharp is another black man that I like and respect as well. But I just don't agree with their standpoints on this. I can understand why comedians, Steve Harvey, etc., because they're comedians. That's like a unwritten brotherhood. That's like a brotherhood. Comedian, you have to stand up for comedian. Like, I understand it. They're on stage. They could be put at risk possibly, so I understand it. All right. But you cannot, the Manosphere, I'm talking to the Manosphere now. This is not, you baiting this, you lumping this as a beta move. You know how difficult it is to get the courage to slap somebody? Because when you slap somebody or you harm somebody, you have to think about what that person is going to do in return. You know if that person got a gun, dude. I'm from the street. Like I'm a hood nigga. Like even though I like come off as proper, I know how to talk and articulate myself. I'm from the street, dude. I done punched so many, and a lot of my friends. That's the crazy thing about it. I don't go broadcasting my stories, but I remember my little brother got shot. One of my younger brothers got shot, and we saw the dude who was like with the guy that shot him, and he kept driving by, and I was telling my brother, I'm like, yo, you gotta do something. Like my mom house was staying right here, and then he used to go to this corner store, and I'm like, yo, but we would never catch him. It'd just be like timing. So one day we saw him. It was like a Sunday. It was calm. He pulls up. I'm like, all right, shit. We walk to the front of the store. He comes out. I said, yo, when he come out, I was like, yo, I was like, set it off, spark it. You know, like, whoop him. If you know what I mean? If he getting the best of you, I'd hop in it. But, like, he was a little dude. And he walk out, my brother froze. I was just like, all right. Boop, boop, boop. This motherfucker ran down the street and left his baby mom, who was pregnant at the time, in the car. He took off and just left her. I was just like, what the fuck? I was all fucking blacked up. He comes back with like some older dude and some younger cat. I'm thinking he about to bring all the essays of her. So I go get my strap. I'm like, what's up? Like, I'm ready. They come over. Yo, you look what you did to my face. I'm like, man. I said, yo, you had something to do. You was the dude that shot my brother. I said, you lucky that's all I did to your face. And he saw I had my strap in my waist. And he was like, they looked down and they bitch right up, dude. Like, it was like, that shit was horrible. Like, I'm calling my name. I'm thinking we about to get into it. Like, we about to be a wild shootout or beef or whatever. And he wasn't even on that type of time, dude. Dude actually apologized to my brother, I guess. And they kind of like squashed it. And he was just like, yo, he didn't really know the dude who did the shooting. He just got asked to walk with them. It's kind of a bunch of plea copping and shit. I don't know. But anyway, so the point I was trying to make, like, it's difficult to just hit somebody. You know what I'm saying? Because you have to think about it. Like, if I punched that dude, I don't know if he had a gun on him or not. He could have shot me or something. But, by the grace of God, he didn't. But it's like people act like, yo, he went up and smacked Chris Rock because he's Spatcher. Listen, man, I know a lot of skinny motherfuckers that's strong as fuck, man. A lot of time motherfuckers that be super skinny be strong, and then they so fucking strong, they limbs, when they fucking grabbing you and shit, that shit be hurting. You be like, damn, you little fuck, because they all bones. So, you know what I mean? I got a coworker that I work with, Billy. We be wrestling and shit. He be fucking, I always get him because, obviously I'm bigger than him, but like them bones and shit poke you. So I don't, like, people say, oh, if it was The Rock, I think if it's anybody in that moment, Will would have went up there. Period. I don't think that's just period. That's just to me. I think everybody has a breaking point, and I think he just snaps. I think he just snapped. You ever watch the show Snap? I honestly think, and people are, oh, he was laughing at the joke. It's just like, what do you mean? It's an interview with Conway the Machine and Vlad. Their first interview, where Vlad mentions Griselda's main producer and compares him to Alchemist. He kind of alludes that Derringer is biting Alchemist. And Conway laughed it off. And then like 5 minutes later, he like, yo, hold on. What you mean that such and such? It kind of was like got aggressive with Vlad. But he actually brought it up in a new interview they brought up. They kind of like apologized to each other. But it's like, yo, Will was already laughing at the previous jokes. So then he mentioned the Jada joke and he's laughing. And it might have been one of those situations he laughed and then he thought about it like, hold on, what the fuck this nigga just say? You know what I'm saying? People act like it was just like, oh, Jada, he looked over at Jada. And I'm not disputing that. But I know situations where motherfucker that says something funny and then you realize later, like, hold on, dude, this nigga trying to play me. Like, hold on, what the fuck? And then you go over there and, you do what the fuck you need to do. You know what I'm saying? Or you address it like, yo, hold on, what you say, cuz? Like, what the fuck you say to me? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, people don't catch everything right away. So that's a bunch of variables with it. But I disagree with the Manosphere. I don't think this was a beta move. And this is the thing about the Manosphere. A lot of those guys, a lot of them. I'm not gonna say no names, but it's a lot of them. I'm not saying all of them, but it's a lot of them who are lames. You can go watch their old YouTube videos. You know what I'm saying? Look at Kevin Samuels' old YouTube videos. He was not the Kevin Samuels he is today. I'm talking about them first videos. He was like a lame. He was a lame. It's a bunch of them. There's a bunch of them that when regular life, before YouTube, they was lames. So they wasn't having they didn't have girls. And not on top of having girls, they didn't have a lady they really cared about probably. You know what I'm saying? Or if they did, she didn't care about them. But when you got somebody in a relationship that cares about you just as much as you care about them, you're not going to tolerate no disrespect from anybody. That's not a beta move. If you're in a relationship with this person, not only in a relationship, you're married. People always talk about, oh, he didn't hit August Alsina. How do we know that? We don't know that. And, oh, they put their shit on display. No. August Alsina put that on display. That's the beta male. That's what you got to remember. August put that on display. What they did was try to clean it up or save face about it, and it just didn't work. I get what they were trying to do. It just didn't work with the red table shit. It just made Will look weak. But he was trying to support his wife or just kind of have a discussion and explain what was going on because the information was out there already. So they had to address it. And, listen, she was trying to get her red table shit off. This is good for ratings. It's all money at the end of the day. But you cannot equate that to being a simp or a beta male. You gotta knock that off. Like you can't do that. And that's my thing with the whole Manosphere, because it's a lot of them dudes is lame. You can look at them. I'm not gonna say no names. I already said one. But you look at these dudes and I'm like, yo, this nigga don't get no girls. If he do, it's probably because his YouTube channel popping or something. But there's a lot of them motherfuckers is lame, dude. You can tell. Like, them these lames in real life. They ain't get no pussy. For real. Like, look them up. Y'all know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? So, and then it's the question, oh, if I was on stage, Baba, well, you weren't on stage. You weren't on stage. Kevin Samuels was talking about men should know karate and something. Dude, this is a fucking shooting area. What are you talking about, dude? I'm like, I just don't be understanding. Listen, at the end of the day, Will Smith, he did, I think, what he thought he was supposed to do in that moment. And he has to deal with the consequences to whatever happens to him. You know what I'm saying? Chris Rock, he did what he thought he needed to do in that moment. But he has to deal with the consequences that happens. People have to realize one moment, everybody is entitled to make mistakes. People are bashing everybody involved with the Smith family except for who actually did the damn thing. You know what I'm saying? You can't blame nobody else on this situation except Will. Jada didn't reach over and say, yo, go smack him. He decided as a grown-ass man he wanted to get up on that stage and insult Chris Rock. So he has to deal with the consequences of that. Is he right? Is he wrong? I think it could go both ways. It's just how you feel about it. I just wish it didn't happen. But I will say this. One person's actions do not affect a community of people. People like, oh, this is the Oscar. But listen, people been boycotting, shitting on the Oscars the same way they do the Grammys. How they don't give black people a fair shake, and how they always look or get it wrong for years. Will Smith should have probably had an Oscar. So don't get on here to, oh, this is the big stage and, that makes us look bad as... No, it don't. It don't. And like, why are we tap dancing for white people? The same people that stormed the Capitol. The same people that had to say something when people were trying to protest. You know what I'm saying? It was, I know it was riots and shit in there, but it was some people genuinely trying to peacefully protest and people had a problem with that. You know what I'm saying? I got a guy I work with who some kids in Orchard Park, which is where the Bills play, suburb. They peacefully protest. These white kids, they're just out there protesting during the whole situation. His old ass go out there with a fucking flat sign that says "I support the police and the fire department," and just standing there. And it was upset that they were protesting. Oh, these kids never probably even been around black people. He was telling me this. I'm like, wait, why are you like? Who are you talking to? Like, why are you telling me this? First of all, and what's wrong with them peacefully protesting? Y'all get mad that people are peacefully protesting, but then you get mad at people are rioting. So what is it? You know what I'm saying? I don't get people, man. That's just how people are. You know what I'm saying? And it'd be a lot of these Caucasian peoples who act so tough. They so tough on the gun. They so pro-gun and this and want to shoot people or ready to shoot people. But then if somebody goes up there, and I understand it was a fucking physical altercation, but it wasn't no guns drawn. He slapped the dude. Chris Rock could have prepared. He could have defended himself if he wanted to. Shouldn't have let Will walk up on him, and he should have backed up, pushed him off, read the room, read his face. It's a bunch of things. And I'm not condoning what Will Smith did, but I'm just telling people, not cut the shit off. I'm tired of this whole situation in the first place, but this shit on the internet is fucking ridiculous, man. I'm sick of it. Like, y'all gotta stop with all these comparisons. And, oh, his wife did this. Listen, their marriage is their fucking marriage. That's what the fuck they want to do. If they want to fuck other people in their marriage, they have every right to fucking do so. The only reason we know that is because August Alsina. You know how many fucking other girls Will Smith probably fucked, but he got his shit in order? They ain't fucking stupid and going out spilling the beans. So stop it, please. Now, should Will Smith lose his Oscar? I don't think so. No, he should not, because he worked for that. He won fair and square for that. Should he get some kind of reprimand for his actions? More than likely, probably he will. He should. I agree. You gotta make an example somehow. But hey, listen, he already got his goal. Fuck him. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna still do my movies, get paid for them. I got my gold already. It don't matter. I just, for however long I'm suspended or exposed, I'll just do action movies. And then when I get re-invited to the Oscars, I'll do some Oscar bait movies. I don't know. But can we just, I don't know, just to stop talking about it. It's about to be Sunday again already. Let the shit go, man. White people, stop being racist. Stop bringing race into it. Black people, stop being race into it. And listen, people make mistakes at the end of the day. It's life. It's human beings. Everybody has done something they regret it or did something irrational. That doesn't make him a beta male. That makes him a human being. Manosphere, cut the shit, please. Y'all motherfuckers, half of y'all don't get no pussy at all until y'all started getting YouTube. You were lames. And I consider myself a relative of the Manosphere. But a lot of y'all, dude, y'all got to knock it off. This is Black Abstract. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. If you like my video, if you didn't, I don't really give a damn. I'll smack you like Will Smith did Chris Rock. No, I'm just joking. Peace, love, and prosperity. One.